My TRV got approved in 4 days. Yes, you heard that right. Just 4 days. Hello everyone. My name is Hardik. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process of applying a Canadian TRV step by step, completely by yourself. During the course of the video, I'll show you how to log into the IRCC portal, how to fill the form, how to upload the documents, and mention all the details accurately. Also, I would suggest few tips and tricks by which you can make sure that your application doesn't get refused or delayed. So if you are someone who has just received that postgraduate work permit and are planning to apply for a TRV visa, this video is for you. Make sure you watch this video till the end so that you do not miss out on any important tips. Alright, let's begin. Okay, so as soon as you will log into your IRCC portal, you will come to the home page where you can see all the past applications that you have made. You have to scroll down to here where you see apply to come to Canada. Once you click on there, you will see a page like this. You have to scroll down to the bottom where you can see this part which says visitor visa, study and or work permit. You have to just click on that. Now you will see a basic questionnaire form which you need to fill out to check that if you're eligible to apply for a TRV. Now I will be filling details based on my profile. You guys need to make sure that you fill all the details based on your profile. So first thing, what would you like to do in Canada? Obviously, if you're watching this video, this means you have already received your work permit and you now want to apply for a TRV. You need to select work. How long are you planning to stay here? It should be always temporarily more than 6 months. Select the code that matches on your passport. In my case, it is India. It can vary from profile to profile. Now, this video is based on a situation where TRV application will be made inside Canada. So here it should be what is your current country or territory of residence. It should be Canada. Do you have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident and is 18 years of older? Now, this situation, the answer to this situation varies from profile to profile. In my case, I have my sister who is a Canadian PR. So I have selected yes here. Based on your profile, you have to answer that question. You have to enter your date of birth here. I'm just randomly entering, let's say 2000. And click next. Now they are asking, are you lawful permanent resident of US with a valid US citizenship? No. If we were having US citizenship, why would we be doing this thing? Okay, what's your current immigration status in Canada? So you have to select worker. Now they are asking, does any of the following things apply to you? You have to read this carefully. In my case, the answer is no. Are you a spouse or a dependent child of a person who is a foreign government officer in Canada or exchange agreement? My answer is no. Most of the profiles would be having their answer is no in these sections, but still it depends from profile to profile. Next is, are you a spouse or a common law partner of an accredited diplomat, consular officer, official? My answer is no. Are you a spouse or a common law partner of a person who has a valid study permit? My answer, no. Now, sometimes it happens like when you are on a study permit, you might be eligible for PR, you may have applied for PR. So in this situation, in my case, the answer here is no. They're asking, any Canadian visa officer has informed you that you are approved as a principal applicant for the permanent residence in Canada? My answer is no. Have you submitted a PR application in Canada? No. Do you have a return job offer? Now this is a very important part. What happens is you are already granted a postgraduate work permit. Now you are applying a TRV based on that. So if you select no here, it will take you to a completely different portal of application. We need to apply for a TRV based on our approved PGWP. So we would select here yes. Even if you don't have a valid job written job offer, you have to select yes. What is your marital status? In my case, I'm married. I have selected married. What's your province or territory of destination? In my case, it was Ontario, so I have selected Ontario. Now, once you fill out all the questionnaire details and click next, you will be taken to a page where you will be shown which type of application you are eligible to apply for. Now, in my case, you can see two of these: work permit in Canada and TRV. So you have to click TRV and click continue. Click continue. Now they are asking you what describes your situation best. So in most of the cases, not in most of the cases, in all cases, the answer here will be I have a work permit, an open work permit, because you already have a postgraduate work permit, which is an open work permit. So you select I have an open work permit and then select next. Have you had a medical exam performed by an IRCC authorized panel physician within the last 12 months? Now, an important part here. If you are someone who would be working in health category or any specific list of occupations that are required to have a medical exam performed, then you have to select yes here. I'm assuming you are from an exempted category of occupation, so your answer should be no here. But if you are working or are planning to work in a healthcare, then you have to select yes here. So here's the list I was talking about. If you are intending to work in any of these occupations, then you need to apply for your health checkup. In my case, the answer is no, so I've selected no and next. They are again asking, do you want to work in one of these following jobs? There are multiple job occupations here: healthcare worker, clinical laboratory worker, patient attendant, medical elective and physician, or short-term assignment, day nursery worker. Again, my answer is no. Do you want to submit an application for a family member? In my case, I'm just applying for myself as an individual, as a solo applicant, so the answer is no. But like if in your case you are applying for you and your spouse or your dependents, you should have selected yes there. Now they are asking, are you giving someone access to this application? So in my case, I'm not giving access to anyone. I will be managing the application myself, so the answer is no. In the past 10 years, have you given your fingerprints and photo biometrics for an application to come to Canada? Obviously, yes. When you would have applied your study permit back home, you have already given your biometrics, which includes your fingerprints and photos. So the answer here would be yes. They're asking, there are fees associated with the application. Will you be paying your fees or are you exempted from paying the fees? In majority of the cases, the answer will be yes. I will be paying my application fees. Are you able to make a digital copy of your documents with a scanner or camera? Yes. It's pretty straightforward. You just need to have a smartphone with a scanner app installed. I'm using Adobe, so you can use the same. It's pretty simple. Will you be paying your application fees online? Yes. Okay, so once you select next, you will come to this page where you can review all your answers that you have just mentioned. I would quickly scroll down and click continue, but I would recommend you double check all of your answers here before clicking continue. So once you verify all your answers and click continue, you will end up to this page where you just need to scroll down and click continue again. Here you will get a link to the form which you need to fill, which is IMM 5257. So once you click on this link, a form will be downloaded and you just need to fill all the details. So let's jump quickly to the form itself. Here's the form. So here you need to put your UCI number. You can find the UCI number on your physical copy of your PGWP on the top right corner. So you just need to put your UCI number as per your PGWP. Here you need to select English. You want services in English. Here you need to select visitor visa. Which type of visa is required? We are requesting for a visitor visa. Here you need to put your full name as per your passport. The first section is family name, the next one is for given name. Now here, if you have previously used any given name or maiden name or a different type of name in this application, you need to mention that you have previously used this name. In my case, I haven't used any other names apart from the only name, so I've selected no. Sex, male, depending upon your profile. You can hear I have just randomly put the date of birth here. You have to put your date of birth. Here I have mentioned my place of birth, the city, country. The citizenship is in my case it is India. Now current country of residence. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you will be currently inside Canada right now and applying for a TRV. So here it should be Canada. Now, once you select Canada, they will ask for a status. Now, you have already received your postgraduate work permit. So as of now, your current status in Canada is of worker. So you need to select worker. Now in this date, you have to select the date when your PGWP was issued or approved. If you'll see on your PGWP, the paper physical copy, you will see a date from and to. You just need to put that date here and the expiry date here. It's pretty straightforward. In this section, they're asking you, have you ever lived out of Canada for 6 months or more in the past 5 years? In majority of the cases, the answer here would be no. So I've selected no. If in your case the answer is yes, you need to check mark yes and then provide the details. Which country was it, the status there, which dates, and yeah, that's it. The country or territory where you're applying from. As I just mentioned, I'm assuming you are in Canada and this is an inside Canada application. Your answer here should be yes. Here they're asking for your marital status. I'm married, but for the sake of the video, to make it pretty straightforward, I have selected single. Based on your profile, you need to put your details here. If you are selecting married, then of course you need to provide details of your spouse here, the family name, the given name, and the date of your marriage here. Now here they are asking for further personal details. Have you previously been married or in a common law relationship? In my case, the answer was no, so I have selected no here. If your answer is yes, you need to provide the name of your ex-partner, the date of birth, type of relationship, and dates of your relationship. Now coming to this part, the language. You just need to select your native language or your mother tongue. There are n number of languages mentioned here. I think all languages are covered here, so you just need to type the first and second letter of your mother tongue and you will find yours. I selected Gujarati for me. Are you able to communicate in English or French? I selected English. Have you taken a test from designated testing agency to assess your proficiency in English or French? The answer should be yes. You have already given your IELTS or self-pip test before applying your PGWP, so you already have that. So you just need to select yes here. Again, passport number. I have just randomly entered a number here for the sake of the video. You need to have your passport handy with you while completing this application. So put your passport number in here. Country of issue, in my case it was India, so it's India here. Issue date and expiry date as per your passport. Now, national identity documents. Most of the countries have their own national identity document. I'm not talking about passport here. For example, in India we have Aadhaar card. So here I have mentioned a random number. This is not my Aadhaar card number. Just to show you, I have mentioned the number here. You have to put your Aadhaar card number here, the country of issue, issue date and expiry date. If you don't have the expiry date and issue date, that's completely fine. You can just skip that part, but if you have it, you need to put it here. US PR card. Are you a lawful permanent resident of US with a valid green card? No, we don't have that. In the contact information, it's pretty straightforward. You just need to fill your current residential address with postal code, and here you just need to select yes, same as the mailing address. Here you need to put your telephone number. If you do have an alternate number, you can put it here. You can just skip the fax number, it's not required. In the sixth section, you need to put your own email ID. I just mentioned a random email ID for the sake of this video. Now here, a bit tricky part, but it's straightforward. You just can copy from the video, that's it. Purpose of my visit. Now it should be always returning worker. Some of people out there are confusing that you are applying for a visitor visa, so they end up selecting tourism here. So just be clear, you need to select returning worker because you already have your PGWP approved and you are officially a worker in Canada now. So you need to select returning worker here. Then here in the second part, the date from, it should be always today's date. If you are filling this application, let's say on 1st of January 2026, this date should be 1st of January 2026, the day when you are filling this application. As simple as that. Here, the expiry date of your PGWP. If you see your PGWP, it will say an expiry date. You just need to put that date here. That's it. Here in the next part, they are asking for name, address, and relationship to any person or institution I will visit. So in my case, I have mentioned my employer's name here because I already have a job. I have my pay stubs and a job offer letter. So I have mentioned the name of my employer here. Let's say ABCINC. Relationship to me, you have to mention employer. Address in Canada, just provide the address of the employer. Now, many students have questioned, I will not say student, many people have questioned that they do not have a job as of now. They have their PGWP approved, but they do not have job. So just leave this blank. That's it. You do not need to put anything. Just leave this space blank. Have you had any post-secondary education, including university, college, if you answer now, you already had education here in Canada, so you need to select yes here. Now once you select yes, you have to provide your details of education. If you have done two courses, let's say first course was in Humber College like me, and the second college was Sheridan College. So I mentioned the last course that I did, it was Sheridan College. So you need to put the dates here, when the program started, the field of study, name of the school, here the date when it ended, city, country, province. It's pretty straightforward. Now in the employment, this is very important. If you have made your PGWP application yourself, you would have this list handy with you from your previous application. You just need to copy paste that as per your previous application. If you do not have any employment, then it's a different case. If you do not have any employment, you just need to skip this part. But if you have had employment at any stage, I would highly recommend to mention that here. Once you fill all the details here, just scroll down to the next page. Here they are asking you a couple of questions in which you have to answer yes or no. I would suggest you read these questions very carefully, because this is very important. The first one is, within the past 2 years, have you or a family member ever had a tuberculosis of the lungs or been in close contact with a person with tuberculosis? My answer was no. Depending upon your profile, I'm assuming most of you would have selected no, but depending upon your profile, you just need to answer that accurately. Do you have any physical or mental disorder that would require social and or health services, other medication during your stay in Canada? The answer is no. Now, if you had selected yes here, you just need to explain and provide more details in here in this box. Have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status, attended school without authorization, or worked without authorization in Canada? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit, denied entry, or ordered to leave Canada or any other country? Now this is very important. In my case, my student visa was refused twice. So I had selected yes here. Have you previously applied to enter to remain in Canada? Yes. This should be always yes. You have previously applied for a student permit to enter and remain in Canada. Okay, so this should be yes. Now if you have selected no here, then you need to explain here in D which application was refused, when it was refused, and so on. Here they have asked, if you answer yes to question 2A, 2B, or 2C, please provide details. You just need to put the details here. Let's say, for example, I applied for student visa twice and was refused. You can mention the UCI number or the application number in the bracket. The third section, have you ever committed, been arrested for, or been charged with or convicted of any criminal offense in any of the country or territory? No. Did you serve in the military? No. Are you or have you ever been a member of associated with a political party? No. Have you ever witnessed or participated in ill treatment of prisoners? No. Do you consent to be contacted by CIC or an organization at CIC's request in the future? Yes. Signature of the applicant, you just need to put your full name here. Date, today's date, whenever you are filling and submitting this application, that this date should be today's date. So once you are done with all of these, filling all the details, put your signature here, enter today's date, and then you just need to click here, validate. So once you click validate here, a form will be generated with QR codes, barcode forms will be generated. Once that form is generated, everything is done. Once you have the filled form ready, you need to go to this portal again and upload the file here. You just need to upload the filled form, completed form, that's it. Then here you need to upload a copy of your postgraduate work permit, a scanned copy of your passport here, and a digital photo. If I'm assuming you already have a copy of a digital photo, if you don't have it, you can go to any of the nearest photo studio or Staples and get it. It usually takes 5 to 10 minutes, that's it. And then once you upload all the documents, you need to pay $100 application fee. That's it. Once you pay it and submit it, the process is done. It's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. So that's it. That's the complete process of applying the TRV by yourself. You do not need any consultant or an agent to file the application on your behalf. You just need to have all the documents handy with you, clear scan copy of every document, and you just need to fill all the details correctly. By following this process, I got my TRV approved within 4 days. I have attached the confirmation on the screen for your reference here. If this video has helped you, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and keep following for more such educational content. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.